Well, hi, everyone. Welcome in. This is Weather Unfiltered on a Monday evening. So glad you could join us. I'm Mike Bettis.
I'm Alex Wilson, of course, with our expert, Dr. Rick Knabb. It is officially hurricane season. We said last week you were resting, you were recharging your hurricane batteries, and we've already got things to watch.
Yeah, sometimes the calendar and the actual weather don't line up. But today, first week of June, South Florida, you need a boat to get down I-95. And we've got the Hurricane Center mentioning possible tropical development right at the beginning of June.
Were your spidey senses tingling?
Yeah. Oh, I felt it. As soon as I woke up yesterday morning on June 1, I go, oh, something's going to...
I think Floridians and those that live along the southeast coast are feeling it as well. This is the area that we're talking about. Could really form close to shore here.
Yeah, and the it is kind of already there in the form of what's happening over South Florida with the heavy rainfall. But part of it is going to get near the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina over the next few days. It's not fully tropical, kind of hybrid, but could be a very wet system from Florida northward all week long.
Well, as you pointed out, Florida has been soaked yesterday, again into today. Not the only spot we're watching for rain showers and thunderstorms, but certainly a spot that has been active. We've got rounds of thunderstorms in the forecast throughout the week. We look at, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's all about where you are. Parts of the Midwest get a few rounds, parts of the Southeast get a few rounds. It's very whack-a-mole.
And it's already starting to feel very summery in the east after a cool end to May.
And you can see, as we go late in the week, we'll have that system Thursday, Friday along the coastline. Weekend could be questionable for a few of you as well. All right, so all those details coming up here on the show. Glad you could stay with us. Let's take a look, though, at earlier today in Tampa.
I would prefer you tell me there's a tiger in my basement than a palmetto bug. Seriously, I think I would manage better with a tiger. So there's something about the little that they're it draws shivers up my spine. Severe thunderstorms possible into tonight across the state of Florida, and it's going to be a stormy week in Kansas City as well. Tuesday and Wednesday offering up the thunderstorms, so we go from more sunshine to more dark skies, rain showers, thunderstorms, heavy downpours at times. So why Mike said we've got to watch for the possibility of flash flooding in some of these areas. Tonight, thunderstorms will arrive late. So our Monday's been a dry one. It's really going to be overnight and into Tuesday. Tuesday night, we still have some hit or miss thunderstorms. By Wednesday, storms wrapping up and sunshine does make its return. Tomorrow's severe risk includes areas from the Midwest all the way down into parts of the southern plains. So we've got a good chunk of Texas and Oklahoma in play, Kansas City, western sections of Illinois, southwestern parts of Wisconsin. But Green Bay could even see an isolated severe storm. Future radar, we've got the thunderstorms out there to start the day on Tuesday. So Kansas City could be a tough morning commute for you. We've got showers and thunderstorms that'll be focused into Kansas and Nebraska during the midday period up through Iowa as well. Kansas City, another round coming for you during the afternoon. So it's not going to be a one and done event. You've got to watch for thunderstorms later in the day. Those move towards St. Louis and Springfield, even Chicago by the later part of Tuesday night into early morning hours of Wednesday. Still some lingering showers for the Chicago area for Wednesday's morning drive. Tomorrow into Wednesday morning, we've got that risk of flash flooding for some of our larger metros, including Dallas and Oklahoma City, Kansas City, up into western sections of the state of Illinois. So plenty of real estate, plenty of people at play for for not just severe storms, but also flash flooding. Severe weather on Wednesday going to be focused into parts of Michigan and Ohio, back into Indiana and eastern sections of the state of Illinois. So yet again, not a huge risk of severe weather, but here we're watching at a lot of population zones, or for a lot of population zones, including big cities like Indianapolis, Mike, and Detroit.
Alex, thank you for that. We know that smoke. Now, the magic of last night's aurora, powered by a geomagnetic storm, is a phenomenon that becomes increasingly common as the sun nears its solar maximum.
Yeah, but did you know these storms can also wreak havoc on our daily lives? Jim Cantore explains the science behind geomagnetic storms. I feel like you're pointing all that out because it's going to change.
Yes, because while there is, quote unquote, only a 10% chance of a tropical or a hybrid system forming here over the next week, there's a 100% chance of a low pressure system going along the coastal areas of South Carolina and North Carolina late this week into the weekend. The 10% has to do with whether or not it gets enough tropical characteristics, spends enough time off over the Gulf Stream to get the subtropical hybrid or tropical designation, but either way, it's going to be a wet pattern.
So this is not a 10% chance of you getting rain. This is just the tropical designation. What we've got right now, a ton of action across South Florida.
It's a mess. We got a surface trough here near eastern Cuba. We've got a low off of Florida with a front. We've got another low off of North Carolina with a front. So all these boundaries in here, especially south of the second boundary, my goodness, there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. There's the Gulf Stream, so there's plenty of warm water. It's just how much warm water will it be able to take advantage of? And it's really, really warm again in the Atlantic Basin. The issue is, this is the non-tropical part. All this troughing in the middle and upper levels, so it's going to be sheared and it's going to be very lopsided. These are temperature contrasts in the atmosphere, so not a fully tropical setup.
Yeah, so lopsided, not our friend, but this falls in line very much with where we watch this time of year for development.
Oh, we sure do. And this is where we often get lopsided systems at the beginning of the season. There's the upper level trough, there's the low level spin, and you see it's all going to be east of that trough until that middle upper level trough moves out. But all those dashed white lines, a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere. So this is not a setup for a strong tropical storm or a hurricane, but it is a setup for tons of moisture in Florida the next couple of days. Then Wednesday into Thursday, there's the low along the coast.
All right, so we're looking at this, and everyone is going, what about my weekend? As you move forward, though, it does look like this starts to pull away. However,
there's more troughing. Yeah, our tropical wannabe will be out of here, but there'll be more troughing in the area. But this is the area in the first week of June that we often see systems moving southwest to northeast, rarely becoming a hurricane.
But obviously, just because it's not tropical doesn't mean it's not going to be impactful.
Not a tropical system, but a lot of tropical rainfall.
A mess. Well, we got to start our countdown. We did our countdown to hurricane season. Mike, now we do that really depressing, where are we in the season, where it starts at the very, very beginning.
I know, right? For sure.